You're so dainty, Celica. I think a royal would want a bit more muscle on the bone.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the final part of my Fire Emblem Engage playthrough, where we will be looking at Jade's bond conversations for the very last part. And as always, we will start off with Sasuke.
I represent Prince Diamant. Better be careful. It's an honor to work with you, Sir Marth.
I look forward to seeing you in action, Jade. Here's to our future.
You seem to be loved by everyone, Sir Marth. It's as if your very presence puts others at ease.
I wouldn't say he's loved by everyone. He's very boring and bland.
They also feel safer with the Iron Wall herself among our ranks. Let us protect them together.
Sir Marth, I hope this isn't rude of me, but may I model a character in my new novel after you?
I am slightly embarrassed by your request, but yes, you may. I look forward to reading it.
Thank you, Sir Marth. I hope you enjoy my writing. Prince Diamant certainly seems to.
Now that is a reliable review. I am eager to see what kind of character I become.
Here's hoping this character gets more He did the thing. He did the thing. They keep doing that. They keep waiting for nothing to happen, and then they do the fat gesture count. How many times have I clicked off before they did the fat gesture count? I want to get that count to 150. This is the last part. I doubt I'm going to get them to 150. Anyways, I hope the character that Jade makes has more personality and interesting stuff than Sasuke here. But with that, we can say farewell to Sasuke from Engage. Eventually I have to play his game for my Smash stuff, but for Engage, we're going to say goodbye to Sasuke.
I heard you write novels, Jade. May I read them sometime?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, Celica. I was meditating. What were you saying?
No, it's perfectly fine to ignore Celica. Nothing useful comes out of her mouth, so you didn't lose anything.
Where do you find inspiration for all of your novels, Jade?
I people watch mostly. Reality is much, much funnier than it gets credit for.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Our chats have inspired me, Celica. I've been writing a new story. May I tell you about it?
Of course you may. I always love to hear what you're working on.
It's about a hero who awakens in another world, with the power to defeat a mysterious threat.
So basically, this game's just in a different world.
Oh, how harrowing. And so interesting. I'll have to read this story when you're done.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do the fat gesture count? I don't know if I should click off or not, because Sasuke did it. Okay, I don't think she's going to. Oh, I should have. Okay, so with that, we can say goodbye to this dumbass fucking character. I hate you, I hate your boyfriend, and I hate your game. Piss off.
Who placed this armor here upright and alone? Oh, Jade. I failed to see you in there somehow.
Sorry, Sigurd. I was just meditating. I will admit, your reaction was very satisfying.
If you say so.
Sigurd, would you mind if I wrote a story about your life? I'd like to capture your experiences.
You wish to put me in a novel? There are many figures with tales much happier than mine.
Well, as someone who has not played your game yet, don't tell me that, because then I don't want to play your game. I like to be happy, which is one of... Well, not one of the main reasons, but one of the reasons I raged quit Echoes, because I wasn't having fun.
That may be true, but I'd still like to write yours in particular. If you'll allow it, that is.
Very well. We must spend much time together, so I can best tell you my story.
And with that, because I'm pretty sure Jade's not going to respond, with that, we can say goodbye to good old Sigurd. I have no idea if I'll do a Let's Play of this game in the future. I want to, because I want to do a Fire Emblem session where I start with Marth's game and then go all the way, I guess, to this game again. I don't know. But if I do that, that'll be hella in the future after the Smash stuff. But, fare thee well, Sigurd. I like you far more than Celica. And
Whatever is the matter, Jade? You look as if something has upset you.
Huh? No, I'm fine. In fact, I'm in a particularly good mood. Is it that hard to tell?
Probably.
Leaf, do you have a spare moment?
Yes, I have time right now. What would you like to discuss?
I need a twist for my new novel. Are there any tales from your world that might inspire me?
I see. I would be happy to assist. Let me begin with the story of the 12
He
Crusaders.
looked like someone who's gonna do it. No, I think he did this. Oh, I guess we ended there. How boring. And with that, fare thee well, Leaf. I do not like your voice, and your design made you very tedious to make thumbnails of. I did not like painstakingly. I don't have a mouse that I could show. I didn't like going through all of these squiggly lines here, so I can actually make the emblems look like real characters and not just dead. Like, the emblems look really bad in this game. They desaturated. That's the term. They're desaturated. He's okay, but a lot of them are desaturated, so I had to increase it in post, which is why the emblems look different on the thumbnails, because I make them actually look like real characters. But, with that said, farewell, Leaf. Still like you more than Celica, though it's not a hard bar to beat.
Jade? What's wrong? You've been giving me a peculiar look for a while now.
Well, she's likely just studying you for a book novel idea.
Hush, don't say anything. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough for the plot of my next book.
Jade, I saw some kind of mineral earlier. Could you help me identify it based on a description?
Of course. I can identify any mineral out there. To start, let's talk about color and luster.
And of course, by talk about color and luster, we mean we are going to end this conversation right here. How annoying.
I've noticed that you enjoy books and stories, Roy. Is that true?
I do. Stories teach the best lessons after all. Oh, that's right. You're a writer, aren't you?
She mentioned this in her C support. Were you not paying attention, young lad?
I am. In fact, I've written something that I'd like to run by you. I need to field test a few jokes.
Great. I could start reading it right now. If you wouldn't mind turning the pages for me.
I still don't understand how they can physically fight if they don't have a body and they can't physically touch things. How can they fight? It doesn't make any sense. However, are you going to do it? No. Okay. With that said, we could say goodbye to the young lion. The blazing blade. Binding blade. It's the binding blade. We could say goodbye to the binding blade man himself, Roy. Farewell, Roy.
I think laughter is the highest form of human expression. It's mysterious and profound.
I can see that you take laughter quite seriously. Your passion for comedy is inspiring. Your novel had me in stitches, Jade. I'm amazed at how well you hide your humorous side.
I get that a lot. Like you said, I'm always serious about laughter. Some people think I never laugh.
Well, I've never heard you laugh in this game, I don't think. So I would be on the boat of I think you never laugh, but you are a human, so I would assume that you would laugh.
Well, I, for one, think I've gotten much better at reading your happier expressions.
You have? You're a funny warrior, Lynn. But I guess it takes one to know one.
Well, I guess there's a little chuckle for her. But with that, even though we're holding on Jade, we could say goodbye to Lynn. So, farewell, Lynn. You are still significantly superior to Celica in every way. You know, because you're likable and smart and not a dumbass. Goodbye, Lynn.
Sometimes people laugh at me, even when I'm trying to be serious. Do you know why, Jade?
Well, your armor's pretty stupid. So that's probably why.
Don't take it too hard. I write for days and weeks to get a laugh. You're more efficient.
I wish I could make people laugh in the way that you do, Jade.
You do? Why is that?
Should a battle turn dire, that gift could help to hearten our allies. I fear such a day approaches.
Well, funny you mention that, because we're on the last part. There's no more battles. This is it. I understand that... I understand that she's saying this in the assumption that you still have chapters to do. But it's funny that she mentions that a day approaches when we know what happens in the end game. And there's no more battles, because I've finished the game. I finished the DLC. So...
You're earnest and kind, Erica. Your presence alone is all the comfort we'll need.
And they did the thing again where they didn't end on the emblem. But, two things to note here. One, we can say goodbye to Erica with her weird outfit. I never understand the purpose of it. It looks really weird to me. But she's very pretty. And I kind of like her voice. I do like Celica's voice, but I don't like Celica. I hate Celica. But, farewell, Erica. I guess kind of farewell to a frame if he actually showed his ass. And usually, this is where we would do Ike and then Micaiah. However, because this is the last part, I am saving Ike, Micaiah, and Soren for last. Likely going to end off with Ike, because he just has the level 20 stuff right there. So, instead of doing Ike next, we are going to jump straight to Lucy.
Your novel was so funny, Jade. When the main character had to leave home, I was in stitches.
I would like to know the context how leaving home could be hilarious.
That was supposed to be an emotional moment. You must have a, unique sense of humor.
Yeah, see, even Jade is like, what the fuck, how is that funny, you weirdo?
Have you finished the rest of my novel, Lucina? I'm curious. Which parts made you laugh?
Oh, I laughed at so many parts. There was that one scene, and that other one, and the ending.
That made me very uncomfortable, thank you.
You laughed at the ending? Really? This is valuable feedback. I may run some edits by you.
Yes, please. You're a fantastic writer, Jade. I'll be looking forward to more.
And with her very interesting comedy style, we can say goodbye to Lucina. Farewell, Lucina. I do wish Laura Bailey voiced you, but it is what it is.
Corin, you look upset. If my novels aren't your style, you can tell me. I won't take it hard.
No. Seeing you reminds me how funny they are. Now I can't stop laughing.
I don't know why hearing these people laugh makes me uncomfortable, but it does.
Have you calmed down at all, Corin? Or will I still cause a giggle fit just by standing here?
All better now. Your novels were so good. You make me want to try writing stories of my own.
I hope you do. I would love to read any kind of novel you might write.
Is there any greater feeling than to know your actions will bring someone joy? I doubt it.
Well, whether you believe me or not, Corin brings me great joy. I love Fate, unironically, significantly more than Echoes. But, with that, we can say goodbye to the beautiful female Corin.
Nothing short of victory!
I'm not setting a very good example. Are you okay, Jade? You look a bit weary. Let me know if you need to rest for a while.
I am glad that I got to insert Terry down there on the last video of my Fire Emblem Engage series. So not only did I get a fat gesture count, but I also had a Terry count. I would put a conversation with Lapis in here just for another bear count, but I want this video to just be about Jade, so with one exception.
Thanks, but I'm fine. Just worked a bit late last night. Surprised you could read that on my face. By the way, I write novels. I know it's an odd hobby for someone like me.
I don't think it's odd at all. I know there's a complex person under all that armor, but I am curious to know what kinds of stories you write. May I read some of them?
Of course, Professor. I saw you smile. We'll see if I can get a full laugh out of you next.
Good luck with that. And with that, they keep holding on Jade, which I'm kind of okay with, but also not okay with. I really like Jade. She's my favorite by far. But I want the final shot to be with the emblems and not Jade. But we could say goodbye to Diet Sasuke, because despite playing this game for 3 straight months, I can't not hear a Sasuke impression when I hear male Byleth. But fare thee well, male Byleth.
Jade, why do you sometimes stand with your eyes closed? Are you sleeping standing up?
No, I'm meditating, so that I may still my mind. Would you like to try it?
You're writing instead of meditating today. What are you writing? A letter? Ooh, or a diary?
This is a story. I usually do it at night, but I thought writing outside would be a nice change.
Something good must have happened. You've got a really big grin on your face today.
I'm surprised you noticed. Most people don't, even when I smile.
Well, we've spent lots of time together talking. So, did something happen? Please tell me.
Someone was interested in my latest work. If I read it to you, can you tell me your opinion?
Okay, Dad. She's so nice. But with that conversation done, we could say goodbye to the adorable small child Tiki.
It is an honor to fight alongside you, Sir Hector. I will strive not to disappoint you.
Jade, you could never disappoint. You are amazing.
No need to be so formal. We're allies. You can relax a bit.
I've hit something of a block right now. Would you tell me about your world for inspiration?
No problem. Let's see. How about I recount when my friend Elliewood and I first sparred?
I have no idea if that would be a good inspiration for her or not. She had nothing to say to that.
Weren't you champion of a fighting tourney? How did you defeat all those tough warriors?
Defense is my specialty. I blocked their attacks and struck back at every opportunity.
Good strategy. Defensive tactics are my area too, thanks to this armor. How about a duel?
Training with you, Sir Hector. I would be delighted. Let's get started.
And stop that. I always love seeing Happy Jade. And with that, we can say goodbye to Mr. Ho-Ho himself, Hector. Fare thee well, Hector. So like I mentioned earlier, typically after Hector I would show Soren's conversations. But I am saving Soren, Ike, and Micaiah for last. So this is usually where I would bully Robin, because as we saw in the previous parts, he doesn't get Bond conversations. However, I was dying to know what his critical quotes were. So, on off camera, I was doing a Discord call with people, so I wasn't recording, and I managed to get both of his crits.
Clan, 33rd Steward of the Divine Dragon.
Shall we get started? Here's how it's done.
I lost.
So that was the first one, and because I have Soren here,
Get on with it.
who had 2, wait, I think I actually have it.
Just like an
Oh no, okay. I was saving that clip for later. But I know Soren had 2 and the main cast has 1 crit for some reason. So I was really, really hoping for Robin to say the line that I love so much.
Time to tip the scales. Oh, I lost.
Yes! He says it!
In for the shepherds. Time to tip the scales.
And just with that one quote, everything is okay with me. The fact that Robin is the outfit for the emblem joining thing, and he gets no bomb conversations, but Chrom is not with the outfit but has the conversation. All of that weird shit with these two is just okay with me now, because he says,
Time to tip the scale. Time to tip the
right
scales.
there. Because he says that, I am cool with all of that. That's all I needed.
Your prior work as a bodyguard seems similar to my work establishing a volunteer militia.
Compared to your shepherds, someone like me still has much to learn. I just like staying active.
You ever have a random urge to play a completely unrelated video game? Like, just out of nowhere. Like, you could be working or studying at school or something, and you could be like, man, I really want to play Fortnite or something. I just got the sudden urge to play Infamous. It's pronounced Infamous. I got the sudden urge to play Infamous. And yes, I know people are going, you said it correctly the first time. If the word is famous before you add the other part, then it should be infamous, not infamous. Saying infamous instead of infamous is stupid. I had the sudden urge to play Infamous based on what Chrom says here.
Your prior work as a bodyguard seems similar to my work establishing a volunteer militia.
I have no idea why. He just made me think I want to play Infamous. Anyways.
Would you mind telling me about your world? I hope to use it as reference for a new novel.
I could tell you about the former Exalt. To me, she was also a gentle older sister.
That's all you get. There is no other interesting person in this game. I can't think of a single character from Chrom's game that would be interesting to talk about in the slightest. All you get is that he has an Exalt sister. Wow.
I understand that you possess a tremendous power capable of destroying any wall.
No, you're thinking about Ike's ability, darling. Ike has the ability to destroy anything.
Well, I don't intend to destroy them. It's just that I often end up breaking them while training.
So long as the outcome is the same, would you mind helping me mine some ore?
Gladly. Let's ask Robin too. He'll know exactly how to maximize our yield.
I saw that little bit at the end. But with that, this is the first time out of all of the available characters that we can say goodbye to both Chrom and Robin. And I'll say goodbye to all 3 of you in like 2 minutes. But for now, we gotta deal with Boobs Mackenzie.
You don't give your enemies quarter, do you? It's superb. I have a feeling we'll get along.
As Prince Diamant's retainer, it is my duty to annihilate our enemies as a matter of course.
Damn.
I appreciate your focus on duty. It reminds me of a retainer I had who was once an assassin.
Just... No. No. I don't care. I hate Baruka. I'm not gonna deal with her. I don't care. Just show me that bitch once. I'm skipping the dial. I had to deal with that conversation once before. I don't know who it was with, and I don't care who it was with. I am not dealing with Baruka on the last fucking part involving my favorite character. No.
You
may not say them aloud, but I know there are a lot of words flying around in your head.
I have never been that comfortable talking. That is how I came to enjoy writing prose.
Oh, really? What kinds of things do you write? I'd love to read some. It'll help me know you better.
I write stories as a hobby. I am not sure they'll suit your tastes, but I can share some with you.
I always love Smiling Jade. And with that, we can say goodbye to Boobs Mackenzie Camilla. And I do not regret not sharing whatever there. Aha! I completely skipped it. I don't regret skipping over this conversation right here. I'm not dealing with Baruka. Nah. Nope. Fairly well, Camilla.
I came upon a certain booklet earlier. It was a story starring Amber in the leading role.
It's an honor to know an emblem is reading it. I'd love to hear your opinion.
I would love to see this as a full image intelligence systems, because there's no way to hide the text box. I didn't mean to zoom in.
My turn!
Seems I still have training to do.
Thank you for your feedback. I didn't expect you to find that passage funny.
It was quite amusing. I think it is great that you can freely exercise your imagination that way.
What a relief. I thought you might scorn the humorous writing, given how little I smile.
No one should criticize you. Everyone knows you cannot judge a person by their appearance.
Fair. And with that, even though I beat up Claude, we can say farewell to the leaders known as Edgelord, Dimitri, and Claude. Farewell, Three Houses. Now we get to deal with the lady who puts me to sleep for the last time on my recorded playthrough.
Jade, you fulfill your duties faithfully. That's a good quality. I want to make you mine.
Back off, lady. I already put a ring on her finger. She's mine. She's my wife.
It's an honor to receive praise from you. I will gladly continue to be your iron wall.
Nope. You're my iron wall.
I would like to model a character in a tale after you. What would you say to that?
Yes, I am curious about what you write. When you're done, could you show me?
Your story ends here.
Curious.
I finished my story inspired by you. Would you mind giving me your honest opinion?
Yes, I want to read it. Put it here, and we can read it together.
I modeled a town girl after you. See, she appears for the first time on this page.
How strange. This is me. Does the story keep going? I'm very curious now.
It's funny that you mention that, because the story became so boring when this character was introduced that she just stopped writing. She couldn't think of anything creative to say, so she just tossed you out entirely. It's very accurate to who you actually are. You boring ass shit. Boy!
This book. The Adventures of Amber, the Deliberate Dummy?
What you looking at, boy? She ain't holding a book.
That, confidential text is mine. You have done me a great service by finding it. About that confidential text you found the other day, you didn't read any of it, did you?
Your tale starring Amber as the protagonist? I did skim through some pages you left open.
And of course she has nothing to say to that.
I have been called unfriendly, but it isn't as if I dislike having fun.
This twat, on the other hand, does dislike having fun. Because it doesn't benefit the war.
I understand. You aren't the expressive type.
It seems like you might relate to my experience, given that you read my book to its conclusion.
You're overthinking things. Isn't it enough that we support each other on the battlefield?
I realized it would have ended right there. I wanted to pause it on this twat's face, but I guess I could pause it here. And despite the fact that we will say goodbye to him here, I will be seeing him again in a future playthrough, not just for this game, but for a recorded video, because he is from my favorite game, well, one of my two favorite games of all time. He's in both of them. He's in Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, and I'll be doing a recorded Let's Play of both of those games in the future, which unfortunately he will show up in. Probably not going to use him on my team, because I hate him, but he will appear in my videos. But for my Engage recorded playthrough, I have to specify that because I will be doing multiple playthroughs on my own off camera. Farewell, you twat.
Diamant was guffawing at a book earlier, and he told me you're the author. What is it about?
It's the saga of a certain alpaca wrangler. I just finished the 5th volume. Sounds like a hit. I hear you once led a band of freedom fighters called the Dawn Brigade? Was that the name?
That's right. But we weren't as pristine as that makes us sound. Some mistook us for bandits.
You? Mistaken for a common blade-licking bandit? That's... Sorry, I just can't picture it.
I'm just staring at this because she's so precious.
No need to hold back. It is pretty funny. Despite that confusion, most still called us virtuous.
Not the word I usually hear about the Dawn Brigade. Especially when you have characters like Meg and Fiora in your ranks. But, with that said, Micaiah, they took you away from me in the beginning, and I will never forgive the game for that. It honestly kind of hurts replaying the game, knowing that she'll be gone for a few chapters. But, as of this Let's Play, fare thee well, Veronica Taylor's Micaiah. And here we are at the final conversation. Of course, I have to save Ike for last because he is my favorite of the emblems. He was the first Lord that I ever met, and he will close off my Engage playthrough. I still have a bit more stuff to show after this conversation, but if you're only here for the Bond conversations, you can feel free to leave after this conversation happens. And because it's the last, I'm just going to play it in its full. If she gets a crit, fantastic.
Meditation complete.
I'm Ike. You've got no need to hold back.
The final blow.
Next time for sure.
I might have to write a book about this.
The final blow indeed.
Sir Ike, have you ever known anyone with a quirky personality? I need new character ideas.
There are several people in Tellius that have a quirky personality, but he has to think of only Path of Radiance characters, which there is still a good chunk of quirky people in Path of Radiance.
Quirky? Let me think. I fought alongside a gambler once. He was always drowning in debt.
And that is a reference to Makalov, which is a completely missable character. You could... Because Makalov is in a weird position where you need another recruit to recruit him. He is the brother to a previous recruit. And that character that recruits him can be skipped. You find this character in chapter 3, and she's on a Pegasus rider. If you don't talk to her and you just beat the chapter, you don't recruit that character, and then she can't recruit her brother. But the whole thing with Makalov is that he's a coward running away from his debts. But there's a lot more quirkiness than just Makalov. There's Kiran, who's also very quirky, but I guess he's only going to address Makalov here. There's a lot of opportunities that he could have said, but he goes for Makalov.
Interesting. Did that ever cause any problems, having a gambling addict join your ranks?
Honestly, yes, because as soon as he joined the ranks, Soren had to pay off all of his gambling debts.
It did, but even our most troublesome allies proved worthy of defending over time.
And with that is the last Bond conversation for my Let's Play. We're not done with the video because I still have something else to show. But if you're only here for the Bond conversations, thank you so much for watching my Let's Play, and I will see you in the next video. For the people who still care, I am going to do all of Jade's marriage stuff now. The wake up events, and I'm going to end with the marriage again. Jade's sturdy shield. She gave this to me as a symbol of our close bond, saying that she would always protect me. And speaking of our close bond, let us reminisce with the wake-up events. Jade. Oh, there's only 2. I thought there was more. Alright, number 1.
The knight stepped inside her dearest ally's chambers. Her partner was there, at rest atop the altar. What a lovely scene. I may never tire of this. If only I could find the right words. But this is fine. Just being together, always. I'll weave the words eventually. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I just felt like smiling. After all, I am very happy.
Same.
It's an honor to be your partner.
I love Jade so much. She is by far my favorite. 2 more clips. We have this one and then the marriage. And then that's the last of the Let's Play.
Whenever I come here, it feels like my face may fall off from smiling too much. It's so strange. I'm used to this happening when I think up an idea for a novel. But when I look at the packed ring, I break into a smile. I try to meditate, but I can't focus. When I think of you, I feel like the happiest person in the world.
I'm also the happiest person. You have big hands.
Morning. Were you listening to me? That's a bit embarrassing. But I don't regret a thing.
How bloody adorable. And of course, let's propose to Jade for the last time.
Say, Jade, your father studies gems and your mother is a jeweler, is that right?
That's right, Divine One. I used to live in a mining town. Everyone there had jobs related to minerals and gems. I would try to help my mother with her jewelry from time to time, but I was all thumbs. So, in the end, I settled on being a guard for our town's mine.
Oh, you've probably been dealing with gems and jewelry since you were a child.
Sure. I guess I'm more knowledgeable than most.
In that case, I'd like you to tell me what you make of this.
The pact ring? There's a mysterious power inside. No other ring has ever felt like this.
That's just how it felt for me. Well, that ring and its power are both yours now, Jade.
Huh? What do you mean?
I love the background, calm version of the main theme. The main theme always makes me happy to hear it. It always puts me in a good mood.
I mean, they're yours. If you'll have them. Let them be a symbol of our growing bond. Oh, I want to stay by your side, Jade. Then you'll never have to fight alone again. So, will you take the ring? Please? You really aren't kidding about being hard to read, are you? But I think I understand. I know what you're feeling right now.
Yes, I know you do. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. It really is the pact ring. Thank you. So much.
Will you continue to walk the road ahead by my side?
Of course, Divine Dragon.
Pepsi.
The bond we share is now stronger than iron, and nothing will break it.
And with that concludes my Fire Emblem Engage Let's Play. If you are still watching, I am going to give you a bit of a, well, spoiler, so to speak, about the next Let's Play that I will do, because a very nice friend was kind enough to let me borrow his Metroid Prime. Yes, it's reversed, but it's the Wii version, not the Switch. So I will be going through this game next. I will going to try to beat Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 all in a row as best as I can, unless I rage quit from the motion controls, because I've already started playing it. But thank you guys so much for watching my Fire Emblem Engage playthrough, and I will see you in Metroid Prime Trilogy. Jackass, out!
Fire Emblem. Engage!